This is GrantTalk, hosted by Libby Hikind, founder and CEO of GrantWatch and author of The Queen of Grants. GrantWatch offers thousands of STEM grant opportunities. The STEM grant featured in this video is a cyclical annual grant program and will reopen in 2025.
Hi, I'm Libby Hikind, founder and CEO of GrantWatch, and your host today on GrantTalk. Today, we get to speak with Samantha Walters, the Senior Strategist of the Colocation America. Now, Colocation America is a corporation that's giving grants. Unlike a foundation or a government agency, Colocation is a corporation, and we love to hear about corporate grants. They give the STEM Innovation Grant for K-12, and we're very excited to hear about that, especially me. I used to teach, and we taught STEM. So with me is Samantha Walters. And Samantha, can you just, before we say anything else, and welcome to the program, tell us about STEM. Let's educate the world. What is STEM and why is it so important?
Of course, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It is, for me, it's super important as a IT company. To me, this is all about creating the next generation of staff, clients, community members that are all about just creating a world that gives back to us in different ways, using either technology, engineering, science, or mathematics in wrong ways. Don't forget, depending on, we also do STEAM, but we stuck with the STEM just to really highlight the importance of those hard skills, but also the importance of connecting the soft skills with those hard skills.
Let's review.
Yeah.
STEM, S-T-E-M, science, technology, engineering, and math.
Correct.
And if you're studying in school, if you're watching this and you're a student and you're doing math and you're saying, what do I need this for? There's a calculator, there's this, there's that. There's so many tools today. That's why there are so many tools today, because people studied math, they studied science, they brought it together with technology and engineering. And we know about AI, and it's not really there yet to do everything we want it to do, but it will get there, and you need to know all about it. So Where do we start? We start with K through 12. We start teaching students. And that's what you're doing, Samantha, with your program. So what kind of funding can somebody get, and who's eligible?
Yeah. So we are open to every nonprofit, school, and school district. So the only thing that we don't give money for is the for-profits like ourselves. But you can, of course, as we all know in the nonprofit or school district realm, that we use curriculums that could potentially be made by other for-profit entities. So sometimes they combine, but really we're really geared towards the nonprofit organizations and the school districts that are having STEM programming. We added the STEM innovation part in our grant to really highlight those individuals in those programs that are doing something a little bit unique, such as using science to help the dancers at the school, or doing a little bit of cool coding that creates something unique. It's a lot of things about, or boats crossing the way. So it's really about finding not only just the amazing parts of the bare bones hard skills of STEM that we look for, but also innovative ways of creating and learning about it. Marine biology and taking kids to the ocean, which a lot of communities don't get that opportunity. So just really about allowing a kid an opportunity they wouldn't otherwise have, and roam it in the STEM realm of things rather than the overall anything goes. We're a little bit more specific on just STEM. And then again, really, it's about giving the opportunity to these kids that they wouldn't otherwise have.
So you're really making school so much more fun than it's ever been.
Of course. I mean, maker spaces, we've done different things. I mean, a big part as well is libraries apply to us, museums as well, because you can do different things and it combine different opportunities depending on how they set it up. One of the coolest things that we were able to do recently was the truck. The museum had created a truck that would visit different schools and different after-school programs. So they were able to combine resources to better enable these kids to have new opportunities.
So that's a science truck?
Yeah, it was.
What was it years ago? The yellow school bus?
Yes.
But you're actually visiting.
Exactly. And they're creating these really cool things. So a lot of different areas are learning how they can create the amazing program that they're doing at on-site to other opportunities off-site or at different schools. Because, one of the biggest things that we came across, and now we're jumping a little bit off ship, was transportation being one of the biggest hurdles a lot of these programs had. So one of the things that we love to see is how can you get kids to these different environments? Urban communities don't have the same nature that they might have, but they might be 45 minutes down the road. So how can we combine resources to give these kids an opportunity that they might not otherwise have and explore what may be their career in the future?
Now, what everybody wants to know is how much money can they get from writing and applying to your company?
Yeah, so we give about $1,500 to $7,500. It varies depending on the year in the program. So we give programs that have been established for 20 years or programs that are just trying to get started. Depending on the funding and just the grant itself is how we kind of dictate it. And we give usually anywhere between 4 and 15 grants and differing amounts, depending again on what.
So your grant is about to come out on your website.
Yes.
And we're so excited because we kept saying, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? And that's at the same time as GrantWatch putting up something called Upcoming Grants. So we can actually put up a link to a grant that's being announced, but maybe the guidelines aren't exactly ready yet, and everybody can start planning. So your grant is coming out any day now, and hopefully by the time we publish this video, everybody will be able to see it and come to it. And you think you're going to give out how many again?
Between 4 and 15 grants. So what we decided to do in the past was it would be our grant committee, where so comprised of different people, myself, different people in the community that we were potentially serving. Our grant does go to anyone in the United States. So you can be at any city, rural, urban, and you can apply if it just makes sense and you're providing just STEM-related programming. And so we also added a different part where to get more of our staff involved. So they actually have the opportunity to give and choose organizations themselves to give funds to.
Does it help when an organization contacts you and sort of pitches their idea in advance of sending in the application, or should they just send it in?
We are open to both. So what we have done actually is that this year, we've done it in previous years, but we're actually doing a lunch and learn mandatory call. So if they are actually interested after this gets posted and we get it out, in applying. And the grant is only 1,500 words. So my grant writers hate it, but my teachers love it. It's right in that little area there. But it's about 1,500 words. And what we've learned is so small that a lot of people couldn't figure out exactly how to apply for the grant or what was important information. And so what we've created is a call, an hour-long call that will take place, 2 of them. And if we need to do another one, we will. That will discuss all the things that we really look for. What is important? Don't explain to us what STEM is, as you can see in the beginning of this call. We know, you and I both know. But explain what you do unique. How do you do STEM unique? What makes your program so cool that we have to fund it? We get why. It is important to do the hard skills, but also what are those soft skills? Not every kid is going to become a scientist, but they will become an employee at your company one day, hopefully. And they need those skills that we learn, the problem solving, the working with teams, all that other stuff that goes into it. So sure, it's a STEM grant, but there's so much more that we want kids to take out of every single one of these opportunities. And it's way beyond, can you do 2 + 2, which is very important. But can you do 2 + 2 without yelling at your teacher that you know the answer? How do we engage with that? How do we engage with our friend who doesn't know the answer? And how do you work with them so that we can both get the correct answer and hopefully, utilize that information moving forward.
Okay, so everybody, you've heard it here today that Colocation America is going to have their grant published very, very soon, I heard. And when will it be due?
It is due August 12th. So we're hoping to get it quickly out. It's a summertime gig. I know everyone is busy. Get out. It's due August 12th. We'll announce the awardees October 14th. And you have until a whole nother year, September 25th, if you get awarded to use these funds. I'm a big summer camp person, so I have to make sure that these can go towards summer camp, working in summer camp myself. So we have to make sure that that's included, and you'll get funding, and the money will be to you by December 2nd. So you will have all year of 2025 to utilize it. And we understand, of course, that timing is everything. So if for some reason you have an idea and you're just trying to see if you can get funding for it, we're a great grant for that.
And don't miss the mandatory phone call because that's going to explain everything to you. And Think about it. You have to get your elevator pitch in 1,500 words and no more. So everybody, if you want to hear more from people just like Samantha, who are working very hard to educate our children, to educate the world about STEM and everything else that we've been talking about, please hit the subscribe button on the right or below and write your comment. Let us know who you wanted us to interview, because we want to do it just for you. Thank you so much, Samantha. Keep up doing this great work. And I hope that GrantWatch brings you a lot of applicants.
Always does. Thank you so much for all the work you guys are doing. I really appreciate it. And to match with the Queen of Grants, here's the other queen, rest in peace here, but we appreciate everything you're doing. And thank you again for including us in this.
Thank you so much. And cheers.
Thank you for tuning in to GrantTalk, powered by GrantWatch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this GrantWatch channel. Please consider subscribing to GrantWatch.com, and you can find the book, The Queen of Grants, by going to GrantWatch.com/book. Thank you again for spending your time with us.